Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Smith, it's Friday, Paraskeria, and today we're looking at part 3 of our video on liking things in Georgian. The verb tsoneba from the third person, and all the rules associated with expressing things about what he likes, what she likes, and what it likes. So, if you're ready, let's go! Slide 1 follows the same formula as the previous 2 slides. We have the present tense, the past used to tense, and then the liked it, disliked it tense, and then the future tense at the bottom. Here in the present tense, similar to English, pay attention to the presence of the S's. Now, when I say I like something in Georgian, me mom tsons, shen mog tsons, but mas mos tsons. He likes it, or she likes it, or it likes it. Here we can almost count 3 S's. Mas mos tsons. Okay? Pay attention to it. That's your tip. In this example, I'm telling you that my friend likes working. My friend dislikes their boss. They used to like student life, but they don't like it anymore. My friend enjoys working and earning. No longer enjoys student life, isn't a student anymore, and dislikes his boss. Let's say this person is a male. Mas tavisi samsachuri mostsons, uprosiki ara. Mas tavisi samsachuri mostsons, uprosiki ara. Adre studenturi ცხოვრება მოსწონდა, ახლა აღარ. Adre studenturi ცხოვრება მოსწონდა, ახლა აღარ. It's a bit clunky when it comes down to it as to what a Georgian may indeed say in this case, but it's just to practice. Tavisi samsachuri, his job. Studenturi ცხოვრება, student life. Მოსწონს, likes it now. მოსწონდა, used to like it. ახლა აღარ, no longer likes it, doesn't like it anymore. So I'll just read it through again. My friend that I'm talking to you about, mas tavisi samsachuri მოსწონს, უпроსიკი არა. Adre studenturi ცხოვრება მოსწონდა, ახლა აღარ. What I'm saying to you is based upon a high frequency experience that person has defined what they like and what they dislike and made clear opinions on them, communicated them to me, I'm communicating them to you. Here we have an S, but the E, which we will see in the next 2 examples, isn't there. So we have an S here, that disappears in these next 2 examples, and an E appears. Just remember that these last 2 are things that can be quite arbitrary. The example I want to give you is that did he like the dry red wine, obviously, dry red, or the sweet white? In the same way in English, dry red, sweet white, we don't say dry red wine all the time or sweet red wine all the time. We don't necessarily need to constantly say the word wine. A dry red is a wine. A sweet white is a wine. And so in our example, Tsiteli mushrali tu tetri tkibili moetzona. Tsiteli mushrali tu tetri tkibili moetzona. Did that person like tsiteli mushrali, the dry red, or the tetri tkibili, the sweet white? I don't know. Hopefully in your experience in Georgian cuisine, you'll be hearing this question and making a decision. Maybe you already know the type of wine you like. One thing I will add, kalis vino, woman's wine, is ordinarily quite a sweet wine, easy to drink wine. Of course, if it has more sugar, there's less fermentation, so it's usually less alcoholic. It's a woman's wine. There's an element of sexism there, but that's what I guess people say. I did mention in the previous video that some people say shavich vino for what we think as red wine. And so just understand this sort of kalis gvinosats as a drinkable, low alcohol wine, sweet one, party wine, I guess I would think, for a girl's night out, you know, kind of. There is an element here where it's used in English, but like I said, it's just something which I wanted to add. If it's semi. Nachevarad mshrali. Nachevarad mshrali. That is semi-dry. Nachevarad tkbili. Semi-sweet. You're going to have to know your wines. This is just an introduction to the vocabulary. But that's the question. I just didn't know what that person liked or disliked. I just don't know. Maybe your answer will tell me this person ordinarily likes sweet wine, and so it answers the question. But we are talking about another person. So, moetzona, I have no idea what they liked. Ar moetzona, no idea. I want you to help me make that kind of observation clear. Here comes just an interesting example I'm telling you. Ekas. I did mention we use an S when we're talking about the third person in English. If you're using a name, add the S. Eka is our friend. Ekas dzalian moetzoneba tavisi saçukari. Saçukari is a gift. It's a present. And I think Eka is going to like her gift. I'm sure of it. Ekas dzalian moetzoneba tavisi saçukari. Ekas dzalian moetzoneba tavisi saçukari. I really believe that this person's going to like their gift. I might be wrong. It's a guess. Slide 2, and now we're gossiping about two people that we know, some observations that we have. And of course, we are now using some time references here to make it sound more solid. So, Levans, deli most tsons. He likes this year's teacher. I'm aware of this because he didn't used to like the teacher before. Mas ooks in deli most tsonda. Levans deli most tsons. Mas ooks in deli most tsonda. Here, of course, these S's are added to his name. It's in the verb because he likes or dislikes. Mas, I don't need to repeat his name all the time. Most onda, the S is here, and the da, of course, what this person used to like. Didn't like the previous teacher, now likes the current teacher. Just some extra things from our text here. Ooks in previous. Sharshan from the year before, Sharshan deli of the year before. This deli is of whatever we're referencing. Ooks in previous, of the previous. So ooks in deli mastzavlebeli is the teacher of the previous teacher. And we are talking about Levans likes or dislikes. Now Iraklis armoetzona gushindeli gakvetili. Iraklis armoetzona gushindeli gakvetili. Irakli is not satisfied. But I think he's going to like tomorrow's lesson. I think tomorrow's lesson is going to be better for Irakli. So, Iraklis armoetzona gushindeli gakvetili. Magram mas chvalendeli gakvetili moetzoneba. But he is going to like tomorrow's lesson. I'm making here an observation. Again, let's go from the top. Iraklis armoetzona gushindeli gakvetili. Magram mas chvalindeli gakvetili moetzoneba. I reckon he's going to like tomorrow's more. The S is on his name. Here we've got the use of the S in the substituting pronoun. And then these are our two observations blending past and present on what we think about those people's likes and dislikes based upon what we know. And it's still a guess, really, about tomorrow. And what Irakli feels, I feel his reaction, his body language, it's just the way it is. Slide 3 addresses the elephant in the room, literally. It's hard to find out what something likes if it doesn't really have a sentient perspective on what appeals or not appeals to it. We're attributing likes and dislikes to things. So obviously it's a low frequency necessity in Georgian, the same as it is in English, but I would like to practice it using plants, a mouse, and an elephant. Mtsenare is a plant, a house plant, or even a plant outside. Mtsenare. Today I'm talking about a house plant. Am mtsenares, because this plant has a like or a dislike. Right now, it's general rule. It will die if it's not in the shade. Am mtsenares motsons chirdili. Im mtsenares kinze. Am mtsenares motsons chirdili. This plant likes the shade and survives and thrives there. On the other hand, this one likes and survives in the sun. I am telling you that if you flip them over, they're going to die. And so using the S allows the listener to know that it is this plant that likes the shade. Am mtsenares motsons chirdili. Im mtsenares kinze. It's so concrete with the use of this S that if you were talking to me from a Georgian perspective, I would know which one I would be dealing with. Some things we can consider to be general rules that we learn as kids, don't we? Elephants don't like mice, and mice like nuts. Actually, mice like, in English, we say mice like cheese. But that's not actually what Georgians think. Georgians more or less think that mice like nuts, and that's really what they grow up learning as kids. The association with cheese, the sort of Mickey Mouse variant or the Looney Tunes variant, is more of an Anglo-Saxon Western idea, really. But let's just look at it. Spilos. Spilo. Spilos. Ar motsons tagvi. Spilos ar motsons tagvi. The elephant doesn't like the mouse, or simply elephants don't like mice. The S is on spilo because that's the thing that we're attributing a like or a dislike. It needs to be there. Motsons also, it needs to be present in the verb. They're reflected twice. Here, of course, tags, tagvi, the E is gone, it's in dative, tags, motsons, trili. Mice like nuts. So as we can see, mtsenare, plant, mtsenares, attributing a like to a thing. Spilo, elephant. Spilos, attributing a like to an elephant. That's it, that's the last slide of today. Thank you so much. Next week, we're not really doing much grammar, months of the year and the seasons associated with them, and a couple of things which I think are always important to know. So enjoy your weekend and I'll see you then. Bye.